Hey all curious people, welcome back once again. It is a very high energetic electron gun and this is a heavy metal. When this electron hits the metal, X-ray emits from this metal. But how exactly the X-ray is generated? The simple answer is atomic interaction with energy which produce an X-ray. But it's not so simple what I am telling you right now. So let's talk it on the atomic level. To explain you how exactly X-ray is generated, I have to draw a diagram. This is the simple diagram of Xray tube, and this tube is normally the vacuum tube because normally X-ray is generated in a vacuum. So we called it Xray tube. This Xray tube has a lot of components. Out of them there are basic two main components. We called it anode and cathode. This anode consists of heavy metal. We called it a target metal or target plate, and this is normally high speed rotation, and it has a high speed rotation. And this cathode is electron beam generator, and this cathode produce a highly energetic electron beam during its operation mode. So during this X-ray tube operation mode, this cathode produce high energetic electron beam which is accelerated from this cathode to anode through this vacuum. When this highly energetic electrons beam hit this anode, atom of this anode, and during this process X-ray is generated. But question is, how exactly X-ray is generated? How this highly energetic electron beam produce X-ray from this simple heavy metal, right? To explain it, I have to go to the atomic level explanation. Look at here, our topics is here anode and cathode. This cathode I will call it X-ray beam generator or X-ray tube, and anode is target atom. Okay, let's consider only single atom of this anode. Let me explain you step by step. See, this is a single structure of a single atom of this anode, and this is the electron gun, so-called cathode of this cathode. So cathode is here, I'm treating it as an electron gun, and this atom is coming from anode. We called it target atoms. We know simply we know that atoms consist of electron, proton and neutron. There are some other particles as well. I'm not going through the deep explanation. So this atom has nucleus, positively charged nucleus, that is beyond my discussion now, and it has multiple electrons that's surrounding, that's rounding or moving around a specific orbit. This is the first orbital, this is the second orbital, and this is the third orbital. You know there are some specific rules to occupy this orbital. How many electrons can occupy first orbital, second orbital, third orbital. First orbital 2 electrons, second orbital 8 electron, third orbital 18 electron, and so on. I am not explaining it because this is beyond my discussion right now. So what exactly happens? This is electron gun or cathode. Highly energetic electron beam come from this electron gun and hits this atom of anode. So what exactly happened? Since this highly energetic electron beam has a lot of energy, some of the energy, around it says around 1% of the energy, is absorbed by these electrons of atoms. So what's happened? Whenever these electrons absorb more energy, it's become highly energetic, and it says, hey atom, I cannot live with you. I have sufficient energy. I am jumping from you. I am leaving from you. I am setting myself free. So it's called free electrons. What's happened? When these electrons absorb energy, it's jump from ground state to excited state. As a result, it gets very high energy. It jumps from this state and go out of this atom, and this is explaining in my next slide. Look at here, this atom is missing at this point because electron beam here, it provides a lot of energy of this electron. As a result, this electron set it free and go out of this atom. What exactly happens? For example, in our real life, whenever somebody is poor or don't have money, he cannot go abroad. But whenever he or she suddenly get a lot of money, what he do? He go home, out of home, and go for shopping and traveling around the globe, buy car, and he become excited or she become excited because he has a lot of energy. This is just simple comparison of this phenomena. So what's happened? Look at here. This is dot 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 means one atom is missing from this point. Why missing? I explained you in the previous slide that this electron beam gives energy and it jumps from ground state to higher state, or it's become free. As a result, this place is empty. But we know there is a common rules in nature that nature never never leave the empty space, right? So what's happened here? Another electron from the higher orbital, it's a jump from this place to that place to fill up this empty space, because there is a common rules. We know that nature never leave the empty space. This is, let us compare this way. So one electron from the higher orbital, it is jump from the higher orbit to lower orbit, but there is a specific rules, quantum rules, or whatever you say. I can explain you very simple, that when electron jumps from the higher orbital to the lower orbital, higher orbit to lower orbit, it emits some energy, because electrons of this orbital has higher energy than electrons of lower orbital. So what's happened? Let us consider this is the orbital number 1, this is the orbital number 2. Let's go to the next slide. This is orbital number 1, this is orbital number 2. So when electron jumps from higher orbital to the lower orbital, or go from the higher state to lower state, it emits some energy, because the energy level of this electron and this electron are not same. So what's happened? Let us consider the energy of this first orbital is E1 and energy of the second orbital is E2. And the energy difference in between two orbital is del E. So how much energy this electron will release when it's transferred from the second orbital to the first orbital? The energy difference is del E equals to E2 minus E1. So E2 represents the energy of one electron in the second orbital, and E1 represents the electron energy in the first orbital. So this much energy will release when these electrons jump from the higher orbital to the lower orbital. Okay, so this much energy is the excess energy that appears as X-ray. Look at here, when jump from here to here, del E, that appears as X-ray. I would like to say X-ray. This is not interesting. Okay, this is not so simple as I am explaining right now. This is so much complex. So what's happened from the next step? Another electron from the higher level, it jumps from here to here, because I told you before now that nature never leave the empty space. As a result, this part is occupied by the another electron. Let me use the red color. And this part is occupied by another electron, and here is also another empty space or empty places for the electron. So let's say that is del E2, another X-ray is emitted from here. X-ray. This is so-called K line. This is so-called L line. Because X-ray has different spectrum, so depends on from which orbital is created the X-ray, we can treat it as K line, L line, M line, and so on. This is a little bit advanced levels. If you want to know, I have another video, you can have a look. So this is the main phenomena how X-ray is created. But I have a question here. I know what exactly happens when this X-ray beam is emitted. Why this highly energetic electrons hits the inertial electron? Why this beam hits this inertial electron? Because it's easy to hit the outer shell electron, right? But my question is why? Why not it's hitting outer shell electron? This is really interesting, and it's related to quantum mechanical phenomena. If you want to discuss, come to my discussion point or discussion in this video, comment section of this video, we'll discuss it. It's really interesting and it's quantum mechanical phenomena, and it's not so simple. If you want to discuss, come here in the comment section. I will discuss with you. So that's all about my X-ray generator. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you have any comments or anything else, please write me in the comment section. Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you again next time. Bye bye.